Every time I turn my camera on to record a review for y'all, I gotta tell y'all how somebody is begging and crying, and this time it's Madison again, okay? And oh, did I forget to tell y'all that KB called Edmond a bitch? Because that happened. Welcome to my channel. We're here. We break down reality TV shows with laughter and reenactments, all while giving it to you straight with no chaser. Because we don't just watch TV around here, we get into the things of the things. So sit back and relax. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. Love is Blind season 9 episode 11. Y'all, it's not getting better. If anything, it's getting worse. It's not getting better. We started with 6 couples and we are now down to 3, okay? We got some things to get into, but before we do, if this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video through. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before and you watched at least 1 or 2 of my reviews already and you have yet to subscribe, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? Because you like it here and I want you here, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing well, and I'm glad that this is the last episode for this batch of Love is Blind. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So the scene opens up with Madison, and Madison is crying because Joe left. Joe's gone. He told me that if we would have got down to the altar, he would have said no. Why? Is it me? Is it me? Madison, cut it. Cut it. Girl, nothing that Joe has done for you this whole entire season calls for all of this. None of it. You're just sitting there falling down a wall, crying in a car, doing the most for nothing. The man has been showing you and proving to you that he doesn't want you the whole entire time. And you're so heartbroken. I'm surprised that you didn't see it coming. Joe shows up at the apartment and I was like, damn, Joe, I thought you was gone. I thought you left, but no, here he is, okay? She goes to him and she gives him a hug and I'm sitting here like, why, girl, why? She sits down and she's talking to him and she's like, I'm just so confused. Why did you let me go dress shopping and do all of this if you knew I wasn't the one for you? And he's like, I didn't realize it until I was actually shopping for a tux. Lies, lies, and more lies. Because that man knew that he didn't want to be with Madison since the reveal. Let's be for real, okay? Now she's trying to figure out, what is it about her? Is it me? Is it me? Because if it's not me, then who is it? Is it somebody else? Because is there somebody else? And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? So apparently Madison did an interview, right? And so after they went shopping for their tux and their dresses, they all went to a bar. Madison and Joe. Okay. Now, mind you, he had walked away from the tux appointment acting like he was done with this process, remember? But she didn't know that. She didn't know that at this moment. At this moment, they at the bar having a good old time. The groomsmen are there. Some of the couples are there. So these people know that he walked out of this tux fitting. And no one said nothing to her. She's thinking everything is okay. She didn't even know that the man didn't get a tux today, okay? Come to find out that Casey was rubbing all on Joe. Rubbing all on him, okay? So she's thinking that it's because they went out to the bar and Casey was rubbing on him. That's why all of a sudden he doesn't want to get married. Girl, that man didn't want to get married to you from the very beginning. It had nothing to do with Casey because he had already walked out of that tux shop. Let's be for real, okay? And I really hate that you were sitting here giving him the satisfaction of it. What is it about me? Is it me? Is it me? You're not going to miss touching me. You're not going to miss kissing me. You're not going to miss holding me. That man does not care. He had sex with you and now he's discarding you. That's what he's doing. He never liked you like that. He told you he wasn't attracted to you. But you think that just because he's having sex with you, that he somehow kind of loves you. The man was literally mad at you for being sure about him. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what to tell you, girl. I'm just sitting here like, stand up for yourself. Call him all types of names. I'm fine with that at this point because he played with you. She's sitting there crying and crying and crying, looking for him to do something. And he's like, can I leave now? Can I leave now? And she's like, you don't care. You don't care. You're sitting here crying. You won't even hold me or anything because the man don't want you. That man has had 2 opportunities to console you and he has not done it. He does not like you. He does not care for you and he does not love you. Matter of fact, he said that if he was to stay with you, he would be miserable. I hope when she sees this and she hears what he said, and she watches this back and she realized how this man actually treated her, that she gets to this reunion and curses his ass out. Okay? Maybe call him a bitch or two, just like KB did Edmond. I don't know. And that's why they're not on my screen no more, because we down to 3 couples. The 3 couples that matter. And baby, these couples don't even matter. Let's be for real, okay? Because let's talk about Edmond and KB. So Edmond and KB are going snowboarding, right? And the view is beautiful. And I was like, oh, this is so nice. It's going to be romantic. But as soon as KB got off that daggone snowmobile, I looked at her face. I said, oh, homegirl's upset about something. Very much something. So she goes in and she comes out and she brings some hot chocolate. And she sits down and she wants to address the elephant in the room. Okay? Because apparently he's dismissive towards her and he acts one way on camera and a different way off camera. And y'all want me to believe that Edmond is slow or stupid. Absolutely not. He knows exactly what he's doing, okay? She's telling him that she can't hide her emotions. And she's not going to do that. So therefore, we're going to address what happened right now. So she tells us that they were in the car. Right? And the producers or whoever told him that the bachelor party was going to be a Western theme, and Edmond got upset and was yelling, I don't want to do that. I don't want that. No, 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 no. And she decided to jump in, okay? And because she jumped in and he ignored her and cut her off, now she's mad at him. So you mean to tell me that you upset with him because he was upset with production, trying to tell them that that's not the bachelor party that he want, and because he didn't stop as soon as you told him to stop, and because you cut him off in the middle of him going off, and he cut you off to continue going off, now you mad at him? Because that's what I picked up. I feel like it's not that serious, okay? Now, I can understand you being mad because she said that when they was in the car, he said he didn't want to talk to her. He told her, don't talk to me. I can understand you being upset about that. But literally, girl, you interrupted his rant. He was going through his rant, and then you got mad at him for being mad at them. KB, you be poking with Edmond. I ain't gonna lie. You really do, girl. She's trying to tell Edmond that he needs to apologize for being dismissive and being disrespectful. And he feels like he didn't do anything wrong. So he don't know what he would be apologizing for, because I'm not going to say sorry just to say sorry. He's like, well, I'm sorry if I did anything that made you feel some type of way, but I'm not sorry because I swear I didn't do anything wrong. And from what I'm hearing, I don't feel like he did anything wrong either. Besides him telling her, don't talk to me, I'm still trying to find a problem. Now she's telling him that she has tried multiple ways to communicate with him, and he's just making it so hard, and she starts crying because she can't force him to grow up. She can't force him to be a man. I'm starting to notice something. I feel like you picked Edmond because you thought that she was going to have you a yes man. Because the fact that, he didn't drop everything that he was doing to go to the store made you upset. And now because he was upset about his bachelor party, you had to make that about you. And I feel like that's what's starting to be the issue. Because every time you feel like he did something wrong, he's not responding the way you think he should be responding to you, because he should be so lucky to have you in his life. You catch an attitude. You started to fight with him at the rodeo, and now you sitting here starting to fight with him because he felt the type of way. If you want to be for real, you're diminishing his feelings. You picked Edmond because you thought you was going to be able to walk all over him. Because now when he doesn't do it, when he doesn't apologize when you tell him to, when he doesn't say I'm sorry when you tell him to, when he doesn't drop everything he's doing to go do what you want him to do, then you catch an attitude. I'm picking up on what you're putting down. I am, okay? And then the simple fact that while y'all sitting there talking, you're getting worked up. And when he called you out on the simple fact that you cut him off the same way you claim he cut you off and how disrespectful it was, you wanted to turn around and call him a bitch. Stop talking to me, you bitch. That's what you said. Where was his apology at that moment? If anybody should be apologizing, it should be you. You called that man a bitch. Break up. Break up, break up, break up. Because honestly, I don't see it for neither one of them. Just because Edmond is a piece of work doesn't mean that KB does not antagonize that man, because she does. She's just as much as a piece of work as him. And she thought that she was going to be superior and come and fix him. And because he's not letting her fix him the way she wants him to, she's aggravated. And everything he does aggravates her. Child, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, Ali is talking to her mom, and we find out that her sister's not coming because she don't want to be a part of this. She don't support none of this. Now, I don't know if she don't like Anton or she don't like the whole Love is Blind experience, if she feels like this is too early or whatever the case may be, but she's not coming. This hurts Ali because that's her favorite sister. She's very special to her, and she really wants her there, but she ain't coming, okay? And I'm like, well, I'm glad your mom gonna be there and your other sisters gonna be there because you gonna need some support because either you gonna say no or he's gonna say no, but y'all not getting married, okay? Now, Anton comes in to meet the mom, and they sit down and talk, and he tells her that he's raised traditional, okay? He's the man. He want to take care of his family. He going to support her through school and do all the things that he's supposed to do. And I'm like, I know that's right. Come on, Anton, be a man about it, right? Now, so her mom gives them some advice, right? Y'all got to be together. Don't ditch each other for your friends. Spend time together. Do things with each other. And make sure that, you know, if he's going to work, then Ali, you need to wash some dishes and fold some clothes. And Ali said, nah, that's some things we don't agree on. And I'm confused because it seems like her mother is the type of woman to, you know, cook and clean and do all the things of the things. So I'm trying to figure out where did she pick up this lifestyle where she decided that she's not going to clean or, you know, do laundry. See, here's my thing. I don't cook, right? Everybody who been on my channel long enough to know that I don't cook, right? I don't work. I haven't worked for the last 3 years now. I've been a stay-at-home mom and wife or whatever the case may be, but I clean. I get up, I clean my kitchen, I take my kids to school. Well, I take my daughter to school. I wash some laundry. I do some things, okay? Now, does my husband clean and do laundry too? Yes, but I do it more now because I try to take the load off of him because he pays all the bills. It's a partnership. I don't understand where she get in her mind that she don't have to wash no dishes or do some laundry because, girl, that's the least you could do. It's only 2 of y'all. You want him to pick up extra hours, then who's going to take care of the house if it's not going to be you? I don't know. It just feels weird because I feel like she's seen her mother, you know, take care of her family, and maybe that's why she doesn't want to do it. Maybe she's seen her mom do it and was like, I won't be that type of woman. I don't know, but Ali really gives me spoiled brat, and her voice annoys the living hell out of me, and her Anton not going to work, so I'm not going to waste my time trying to figure it out. So Megan and Jordan go hat shopping, and it's pretty cool, okay? They setting the hat on fire. It's like the cowboy hats. It's giving what it's supposed to give, okay? They sit down. They talk about maybe wearing the hats at their reception. And I'm like, come on, Jordan and Megan giving me the feels once again. And then they sit down and they start talking, right? She tells him that she went house hunting again without him. Okay, but the house that she saw, she don't really like that much. That's not the house. It got a weird layout, right? He tells her, like, listen, I feel like when we do find a house, we'll know when we see it. And I'll be there. That means that he low-key felt some type of way that he wasn't at the house to see it. I picked up on that, okay? So then they continue talking, and she's talking about the numbers and whatnot, and how, you know, this number means wealth and this number means peace and all the things of the things. So she's taking that in consideration when she's looking for a house. And he's like, are you serious right now? And she's like, yes. But you can just tell that he didn't really care about the numbers, and it kind of like killed her mood a little bit, okay? But as they continue to talk, he asks her, what's one of your favorite things that you learned about me, and what's one of the least favorite things that you learned about me? Now, she says, of course, it's him being a great dad. She really loves that about him, one of her favorite things. But her least favorite thing is that she feeds off of his energy. And sometimes he's not really talkative. And so that makes her not want to be talkative too. So he's like, does that bother you? And she's like, I don't know. It bothers you. If it's one of your least favorite things, it bothers you. Okay, y'all came from a situation where all y'all did was talk in the pies. So of course, by him not talking right now, you're gonna feel like something's wrong. You're gonna feel like something's off. When my husband's too quiet, I always feel like he got an attitude. And I'm always like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? He's like, nothing. I'm just chilling. And I'm like, nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't just be too quiet around me. Because now I feel like you got an attitude. So I get it. And I know it's not personal. But if you're too quiet, it makes me feel like something's wrong. So I know that she doesn't like it. She doesn't. And instead of just saying that she doesn't like it, she's trying to find a way to excuse it. But she tells him that she feels like he doesn't let her into his world. Like he doesn't talk about his job, what he does at work, who did what, all the things. And he said that, you know, he don't want to bore her with that. And I feel like, nah, Joe, and that's not how this works, okay? You came on Love is Blind to find you a wife and a partner. And the least you can do when you get one is tell her about your freaking day. Fill her in on what happened at work. Name a co-worker or two. Like, I don't understand. Just because you had a long day doesn't mean that you get to come home and decide not to talk to your wife or fiance. Absolutely not. And he tries to smooth it over with, sometimes I just want to sit and look at you and stare at you and get up and give her a kiss. Don't let him off that easy, girl. Nah. Because ultimately, if you let it slide now, you're going to end up in a loveless, talkless marriage. So Edmond brought KB some flowers to apologize to her for ignoring her, okay? He said he don't want to lose her, so he wants to apologize for minimizing her emotions. I think that was very sweet of Edmond because it showed maturity. After thinking about what was going on, he realized that he did ignore her. He realized that he did minimize her emotions, and for that, he's sorry. And I'm sitting here like, and where's the sorry for calling him a bitch? That's what I'm waiting on, okay? He wants to make up for all the things he did that would make her feel like she's done with him because he doesn't want to lose her. And you know what? I'm not mad at you, Edmond, for doing that because it shows a lot of maturity. Because after the way she spoke to him up there, yeah, I wouldn't. You wouldn't catch me with the flowers at all, okay? She tells him that honestly, up there in the mountains, she wanted to take that ring off and throw it. Okay? And she's been battling with whether or not she has any more to give. So he told her that he's changed into the best version of himself because of her. And it's only because of her. She made him a better man. Do I believe that? Absolutely. Do I feel like she is helping him with his emotions? Absolutely. But on the other hand, it's not helping her. It's not helping her because she talks about how she's learning patience, okay? Being with him has taught her patience. She talked about how her cursing him out isn't her. She hasn't been that person for a long time. So if you sit back and you think about it, it sounds like he's turning her into the older version of herself and he's turning into the better version of himself, which means that y'all don't need to be together because ultimately he's draining her of her energy, even though she antagonizes that man. Ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you, okay? And she does say that he has made her a better person even though he doesn't see it. I feel like KB's lying to Edmond. I'm just going to be honest with you. That woman does not want to be with that man. That woman does not love that man as much as she claims she does. And every time after an argument and she sits there and she whispers her sweet nothings to him and gets him to fall back into this love that he feels for her, it's just a mind fuck because she doesn't want Edmond. And I can bet y'all 110% that she's going to say no when it's time to get married. And I honestly wish that she would have cut this down earlier instead of waiting until we get to the weddings because you know that you don't want to be with him. The same way Joe know he didn't want to be with Madison is the same way you know that you don't want to be with Edmond. And because Edmond came and apologized and he came in with the flowers and you said that that's the man that you want. You saw a man right there. You feel like this is not a good time to break up with him because then America's going to hate me. Is that what this is about? Because at this point, I'm going to just be honest. I feel like KB's is putting on for the cameras too. Sorry, not sorry. But I do appreciate that she apologized to Edmond for calling him out of his name and her acknowledging that that's not the person she is. I appreciate that because they both play a part in the dysfunction of this relationship. It's not one more than the other. Now, Megan and Nick are in the apartment and it's super quiet. And I'm looking at what Megan is talking about. He's really just into his phone. He's not saying anything. And she's just like, can you take the trash out? She's trying to have conversation with him. And as soon as I wrote that down, she goes to him like, trying to have a conversation with you is like pulling needles. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm annoyed for you. I am. And she's trying to tell him like, we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat. You're tired. I'm tired. I get it. And he's like, hold up. We not in the same boat, okay? We got boats. Your boat is way bigger than my boat. We not in the same boat. I say, yeah, I knew this was going to be a problem. I knew her having more money than him was going to be a problem, and he is letting his insecurities show real bad. Real bad, so bad. He's telling her how his work is so demanding and he's talking for 10 hours straight and he don't want to come home and have to talk. No, no, no. You don't go find you a wife to decide that you don't want to talk to her. If you want to come home and sit in complete silence, then there was no reason for you to come on Love is Blind and go find you a wife. She's trying to tell you that y'all sat there in the pause and y'all talked and y'all talked and talked, and that's what she fell in love with. And you mean to tell me that now I got the man that I fell in love with through communication, that now we gonna stop communicating because we getting married? Absolutely not. She's telling him how, of course, she can go do things and have fun and stuff like that, but she want to do things with him. And he's trying to guilt trip her into the fact that, like, if we have kids, you gonna have to slow down. Because I'm raising my kids. I'm not getting no nanny, even though I know you could afford one. We not getting no nanny. Taking a child on a plane to Italy is going to be the worst thing ever. That's not going to be fun. No, 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 no. No, no. You don't get to dictate how she's going to have her life because you feel like you struggling. If she wants to take her child to Italy and have a nanny on board, then you can. Megan, don't let nobody tell you that because you get a nanny or whatever the case may be, that you are not a fit mother, that you won't be a good mother. That's that struggle mentality that people guilt moms into feeling like because they get some outside help or because they go on a trip and play tennis or do Pilates and do something for themselves, that they not a good mother. And you know what, Jordan? I was almost rocking with you, but I feel like you want Megan to scoop down to your little old level and have nothing in life because you have nothing in life. You sat there and said how, oh, in the pause you picked me because I go to the gym. What? You picked me because it wasn't about money. Exactly. It's not about money. It's about time. She is literally talking to you about having conversations with her, and you flipped this and made it about money. Not one time did she say anything about how much money you did. She actually wants to know what you do for work. She wants to know who's the asshole at your job. She wants to have conversation with you. She want to go out to a dinner with you. She wants some flowers. Some $10.99 flowers from a grocery store would do it for Megan. And you want to sit there and talk about how she picked you because you go to the gym and it's not about money? It's not. That's why she picked you. And the bare minimum that you could do, you still won't do for her. Oh, it pissed me off. I knew his insecurities was going to pop out. And baby, they popped up big time. I really got upset when he tried to guilt her for wanting to have a life when she have children. That pissed me off so bad. They not gonna work. Megan, say no. Megan, say no. Don't give him the opportunity to say no. Say no. Whew. Child, I guess the weddings is next. I'm gonna call it nobody getting married. Nobody is getting married at all, okay? Anyway, y'all, that was Love is Blind, Season 9, Episode 11. Get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think of everything that happened this episode. Woo, child. I thought that I was going to feel bad for KB, but honestly, I don't feel bad for her. She chose this life. This is what she wanted, and I honestly feel like she's fake and she antagonizes Edmond. No, Edmond isn't perfect, and he's definitely a manipulator, and both of them really get on my last nerve. Yes, okay? Ali and Anton, I don't think they're going to make it. They live two totally different lives, and I feel like both of them are fake. I really don't know nothing about neither one of them. Jordan and Megan, all I got to say is, Megan, leave that man and his child in that one-bedroom apartment and go ahead and live your best freaking life, and when you decide to have kids, you live your best freaking life with your kids. Point blank, period. Now that I got that out the way, y'all go ahead and let me know what y'all think, okay? Don't forget, like the video, hype it up, and share with your friends. Let's get more people in here, okay? If you did not subscribe to the channel, what are you waiting for? You like it here? I want you here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.